money's on the screen tonight. Secrets out in plain sight. Luxury homes at half the price. Making dreams.
Hey, what's up you guys? So this is going to be pretty much reaction video, but I want to do a longer video because it's just so many emotions comes that after I watch this video. It's pretty much this lady talking about what she thinks about the landlords.
Should squatters have rights? Not as in human rights, but squatting rights. It's been conflated a lot today, so I just wanted to make that clear.
I think we should abolish private property.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think anyone should be able to own property?
I think that as things exist, squatting should be allowed because people own property. Property shouldn't just sit empty, and if they are, they should be seized by people who need them. We should work towards a world where people can have housing that's not based on how much money you have or how much access to capital or resources. It should just be a basic resource. And so if squatting is a means to like obtain that necessary right, that like intrinsic dignified right, which is not a human right, but access to housing is. And squatting as something that's illegal, I think the legality of it should be usurped for the necessity of access to material resources like housing.
First of all, she gives me kind of Greta Thunberg vibes. Although she seems kind of educated, I'm pretty sure there is a huge lack of education, basic understanding of economy and how society works. First of all, she starts her video with how things exist. English is my second language, but even with that, I have a hard time understanding what does it mean, like how things exist. Like things exist like if I'm hungry, it's okay if I go steal someone's stuff, or if I'm not happy with someone, if I will beat them down, is that okay? The things exist this way? I mean, it doesn't make sense. Thank you for watching, and I would like to mention that this video is sponsored by my company. We help landlords to maximize their rental income. Normally, we take the property, say it's been rented for $3,000, we'll help landlord to make about $5,000 and charge about 10% from the profits. This is what we do. If you guys interested, if you're a landlord and looking for that company that would help you with getting more rent, just letting you guys know, I'm also a realtor in California. Any part of California you're looking for real estate, property for yourself, to live with a family, or for investment, I'm your guy. Feel free to hit me up in the DM. Let's go to the video. I think the main thing she does not understand is that money is not just a paper, it's not just a promise of Fed that they will pay this amount. It's exchange of time and energy. When you use your energy, you get money. When you sell your time, you get money. When you have money, you can pay for someone else's energy and time. It's an exchange rate. Another reason why I think she's wrong is because if everything will be free, when I believe there was a concept with Andrew Yang about basic income, people would have no motivation. People would not want to create new things. People would not want to change the world. There is a book, I believe, it's called Time Machine by Herbert Wells. It's a famous British writer, and it was utopic, communistic type of manifesto, but the story itself is interesting. They actually made a movie about it. The movie is not that good, but the book is just amazing. I remember when I was 13, 14, I was just reading this book non-stop. I could not just stop reading it, somewhere 120 pages or something like that. But anyways, it talks about the future of the society, and it tells that whenever no one is working, which pretty much is going towards that, you know, when the robots will start to implement the hard work, the people would just stay as and artificial intelligence will be able to do the intellectually hard work. The only work that would people be able to do would be just probably something that would need a creativity type of thing, because you would not need coding. You would not need sales skill, you would not need a marketing skill. Everything will just be implemented by AI eventually. There should be challenges for society, guys. This book, The Time Machine, is pretty much talking about that. It shows that whenever people are getting chill, they don't work, degrade. And in physics, there are two types of the condition. Either you move forward or you move back. There is no stable in physics. You cannot stay without any motion. You have to have a motion. And same is true for society and how it works. If you will have a free housing, which actually I grew up in Soviet Union, I was born there, and they had a free housing. It didn't work. And I'll explain why. There are several reasons for that. The main reason is that you're killing the whole motivation. Eventually, when the government was not, and keep in mind that most of the time the government is much less efficient than the businesses are. The government was not able to make money. There was like a huge deficit in USSR budget, it started to allow people to open their small businesses and to make some kind of income. And this is how the current Russia was able to get out of that black hole that they were in. Obviously, the Soviets collapsed. Technically, it was really hard to get back on their feet, but they were able to. They managed to get back on their feet in 2000s. The level of life in Russia was pretty much the same as it was in Western Europe. But another country that has free housing is North Korea. But I don't see that lady willing to move there. And honestly, actually, there are some people, and which is really crazy. I've heard about it. I think in Joe Rogan's podcast, some people who run away from North Korea are going to South Korea. They start to live there, and sometimes they go back because they used to free handouts from the government. Obviously, the quality of the handouts is super low, but probably like top 2-3% are living quality life in North Korea. That's my prediction. I might be wrong, you never know. But from what I understand, 97% are below the poverty line. But anyways, I was trying to explain, I don't understand these people, you know. Sometimes they come here in the United States, talk shit about the United States, and then they keep living here. Okay, if you don't like it, move on. Why you're living here? I'm not talking about this specific lady. I'm not talking about in general. But anyways, there's the other point that the landlords are not evil. And I want to say, as a landlord myself, I came to this country with nothing. I mean, I worked hard to become a landlord. It's not easy. It wasn't easy to be a landlord. I mean, you have to work your butt off. Some days I slept about 3-4 hours. I went back to work. I used to work on my main work. I used to do Uber. You know, it's really hard. I mean, it's not just you're born rich and you can go buy the property. Sometimes it happens, but most of the time, most people, they purchase properties by working really, really hard. So personally, I do respect those people. The worst part from this video is that there is a squatting phenomenon, and I did a separate video about that. It's getting out of hand. There should be some laws that would prohibit this. Personally, I think this type of people are the part of the problems because they are sometimes think that they're entitled. I'm talking about squatters that really believe that they're entitled to someone else's house. One of the solutions for this type of was involuntary work. In Soviets, they used to send them to work in different types of factories so that they would stop, you know, breaking the law. That was a criminal offense back in the day. I mean, actually in Soviets, no one had this abundance of low quality housing most of the time. I wouldn't say that everything was bad in Soviets. For instance, the medical system was way higher than it's in most other parts of the world, and the education system was really good. But overall, the system after education was not really set up to benefit people. I think there should have been a transition to what the current Chinese government is, but it never happened. Overall, I think the free housing is not possible because it's not a durable model. Eventually, someone would have to pay for materials. It's not just, you know, you build a house and you can live in it. You have to buy the building materials, you have to pay for the labor, permits, time people spend on that, and it's all money. I mean, we're really living in a grown-up world. Anyways, if you guys like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.
Game money's on the screen tonight. Secrets out in plain sight. Luxury homes at half the price. Making dreams oh so nice.